Hi everybody, Ali Akbarian, your resident road safety expert from Mobility Engineering, back with another Q&A. Thank you very much for sending those questions in, and as we say with this subscribe flag over here, hit the button that looks like that down there. Please hit it. We'd love to get to that 10,000 subscriber mark and get a new flag. Flag was a little bit of a fail, so please help us get rid of this thing so we can get on to the next one. Okay, so today's question is around funding for older vehicles through NDIS. So we've covered sort of variations of this, but this keeps coming up and different angles of it keeps coming up, so we're going to sort of talk about that again today. So this person has come through and said, my vehicle does not meet the basic requirements for getting NDIS funding, which is 5 years and 80,000 kilometers, or this is currently now, but it may shift, you know, it moves up and down, you know, it's not that dynamic, but the point is it's a government policy that is subject to change, right? So the point is right now that's what it is, 5 years, 80,000 kilometers, and if it's, you know, above that, then generally you can't get it funded. Or can you? So the question has come, can I get it funded? And if I can get products funded for my older car, what do I need to do? And is there any guidelines? So NDIS actually does have published guidelines now for that under reasonable and necessary supports, as well as vehicle modification and driving supports documentations and guidelines. And basically what I thought I would do is just kind of break it down for you as to what the overall requirements are, roughly kind of some feedback on what that means, and then how you can resolve that and get this thing funded. And we have, like I said, spoken about this before, but in the past NDIS was a little bit less clear on what they would fund. Now they've got a very good direction, I guess, and very specific guidelines. So that's why we're going through it again. So the first thing that there's two elements to this: vehicles that are older and vehicles that are actually no longer under warranty. So your vehicle could maybe, let's say, have a 2-year warranty, and if it's not under warranty anymore, then you still have to do the same thing. So if you're not under warranty and you're an older vehicle, what do you have to do? So you basically have to get what they call a condition report. Now, they call it a condition report, but they don't specify what to do. When I say what to do, they don't specify what's got to be in the condition report on a very specific level. What they do is they say, we want a condition report, we want you to go to these companies to get them, and also we want it to have this kind of information in it. So very broad information. So what do they say? They say you want to have a condition report. The main information they want, which is fairly general, is we want to make sure that your vehicle is legal and safe to use on the road. So a statement that is legal and safe to use on the road. If there is any parts of the vehicle that have wear and tear that will need replacing in the medium to short term. So basically in that next kind of like funding term, so normally it's 5 to 8 years where you get that funding window. So they're kind of saying, does anything need to be replaced on the car in that time? Because we don't want to be kind of copying that or something that doesn't have to work, you know. So that's one of the things that they want. And when is the next major service on the vehicle, and what kind of costs are going to be involved? So, for example, is this going to be like a multi-$1,000 service where we have to rebuild an engine or so on and so forth? Because again, those kind of big ticket items tend to take vehicles off the road due to affordability, and they don't want a product to be funded and then the vehicle be off the road. So basically they want to kind of make sure that the vehicle is safe and reliable and legal to use, can be used for the period of the funding period without any issues and without being off the road. Then what they basically explain to you is recommended organizations where they will accept the condition reports. So it's not like, oh, get your old mate mechanic down the road to do a condition report and say, yeah, this car is fine. This actually was some stuff that had happened in the past. You know, you'd have to give a statement and you'd have to give like conditions, mechanics to say they can do this and they can do that. It's a lot more direct now, and it's a lot more specified. And basically every state and territory has a guided organisation you can go to. So New South Wales and Australian Capital Territory is the NRMA. Victoria is RACV. Queensland is RACQ. RAA in South Australia, RAC in Western Australia, RACT in Tasmania, and Northern Territory's AANT. So effectively, pretty much the companies that you would be doing like your general automotive things like your insurances and the roadside services and those kind of service companies that's in your state, they tend to be the ones that are doing the vehicle condition reports. If you bought a second-hand car, you might have used them for that. I know I have before. And so that's what they want. They want it to be consistent with those bodies and those automotive bodies. They must have some form of like endorsement or agreement with them. But that's basically what it is. So can I get my supports funded into a vehicle that's older or out of warranty? Yes, I can, as long as I meet the conditions by the NDIS that's been specified above. All right, so thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for those questions coming. As we always say, hit the button that looks like that, and we'll see you next time.